So now in this video, I'm going to show you how you can construct a nugget or an elevator pitch that will create excitement and will get the investor interested enough to say, tell me more. Remember, that is the purpose of the nugget. There are only two things that this nugget has to do: create excitement and have the investor give you permission to give your presentation. If you give your presentation before you have permission, then the VC is not going to pay attention. I've talked to so many entrepreneurs, and I say to them, well, what's your elevator pitch? And they say, oh, okay. So they start delivering this elevator pitch, and it goes on and on and on. And pretty soon, after 5 minutes, I'm convinced that they've never been on an elevator. I mean, it's crazy. So I'm not paying attention. And if you make the mistake of giving your presentation, the VCs are not going to really be receptive to what you're saying. They have short attention spans. They're going to be thinking about their golf game. They're going to be thinking about their last deal. They're going to be thinking about what they're going to do on the weekend, and they're just not going to be paying attention to you. Let me tell you a story. I had one fellow in the boot camp, and we were struggling with the presentation, and after a while he said, I'm desperate, I'm out of money, I've got to go talk to investors. And I said, no, don't do that, it'll be terrible. And he says, oh, I'm so desperate. So he took his presentation against my recommendation, and he actually presented it to some local investors. And I saw him a few days later, and I said, so how did it go? He says, oh, it went great. I said, well, what happened? He said, well, I got through all my slides, it was great. I said, oh no, that's terrible. If you can get through all your slides, it means that they're not paying attention, that you didn't get permission. And an investor will jump around, because if they start getting interested, they get passionate about something that you're doing, and they'll want to focus on a particular slide and then jump you around to another one. And so the purpose of the nugget is not to tell your whole story. You're not going to raise money with a nugget. And matter of fact, you're not going to raise money with your first presentation. The only purpose of the nugget, to repeat, is to create that excitement so the hairs on the back of their head stand up, and to get permission, to have them say to you, tell me more, I want to hear what you have to say, and then they're going to pay attention. So how do we construct this nugget? Well, I have a 3-layered pyramid here, which represents the nugget or the elevator pitch, and it consists of a mission, a strategy, and tactics. And the mission is supported by the strategy, which is in turn supported by the tactics. Another way to think of it is that you're doing the tactics so that you can achieve the strategy, and I'm doing the strategy so I can achieve the mission. And you'll say, gee, George, this sounds awfully academic. Can you give me an example? And I have made up an example, which is Napoleon's elevator pitch. And Napoleon is wanting to raise money. And so he has made an appointment in Paris with the best VC in town, Baron Rothschild. He's made an appointment at 3:30 in the afternoon, and Napoleon is an A+ type, so he shows up a little early. He's there about 3:15. 3:30 rolls around, there's no Baron Rothschild. 3:45, Rothschild still hasn't shown up, and Napoleon's pacing around going crazy. 4 o'clock, still no Rothschild, and Napoleon's ready to shoot someone. Finally, at 4:05, Baron Rothschild walks into the hotel. Napoleon runs up to him and points to his watch, and he says, oh, Baron Rothschild, we had an appointment at 3:30. By the way, that's the first mistake. Never chide a VC, because they're always right. He's the one with the money, he's the one that's right. And Rothschild, typical VC, says, oh no, I forgot, I'm sorry, we'll have to reschedule. And Napoleon says, no, this is of national importance, I need to see you now. It's late in the afternoon,